Hello and welcome back to Personal Code of Conduct. My name is Dio, and today, what are we talking about? I don't know, but I'm just glad I found the energy and the time to do this. Okay, last week actually I did have the energy, but I was just like weak. Okay, that's weird saying that I had the energy and I'm just weak. But we'll be using a phone again. I still don't have the energy or the presence of mind to set up a station and be like, oh yeah, my podcast station again. Same thing I haven't run. But I just want to talk about yesterday. Yesterday was the most fun I've had in a very long time. I know it didn't involve other people. It was me sitting down on my laptop, on my work laptop, doing an office task. It reminded me of how much I like analytical stuff, how much I like how okay, as much as I get upset that creative things don't necessarily come to me very fast, it made me happy. Obviously, yesterday I had an entire problem set very freaking late because I couldn't find the solution. But the whole situation, even though there was serious frustrations about not getting it right and failing and all those things, general process when you're doing research and trying to implement something and trying to fix something and crying and having all the stress in the world. But the main thing is that it reminded me how much I like math and mathematics and coding and querying, and remind me how much I genuinely like what I do and how fun it is. And even though I'm not sharing it with anybody, and it's just so being there for hours and finally getting solution and relief. Then obviously once you get the solution, there's always the, oh my god, if I had a better train of thought, I could have gotten to this, I would have gotten the answer earlier. Or having half solutions and quarter solutions and being frustrated and are trying so many different methods and modifying things to fit your data set. It's just I was happy, even though I have slept like shit for the past 4 days or so. And the annoying thing is that when I sleep like shit, that's when my eye bags go. When I sleep properly, I have huge eye bags, so I permanently look like I'm stressed. But in the midst of my happiness, there was also this thought of that you need to apply yourself. You can't just be doing, because it was a work tax, an office 9 to 5 tax. They don't make me work on weekends. I chose to work on weekend because the thing I was trying to, I made a very irresponsible, irresponsible deadline promise. And I'm fuck, I'm the one who made this stupid deadline. I have to fucking meet the deadline. Oh fuck no. So yeah, I was wondering, because if I had said 2 weeks, it'd have been fine. But I went to say, give me a week to do this, and I was what the fuck, I can't do this. But I figured it out and it's fine. But every day has been wonderful. Every day has been amazing. Every day has been awesome. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm strong, and things will be fine. Things will be perfect. Things will be fine. Things will be perfect. And there's something I also want to develop. I want to develop right backs, and I want to be bolder. I want to learn how to approach people, because I just realized that I tend to have one friend at a time, and or if I'm in a vibe or in a group of people, they're just individuals that are one or two people I'm talking at a time. But things that I'm so tuckered out of human interaction, because I spend 8 hours of my day interacting with people. So when I get back, okay, I'm working from home and I'll be working from home for another week, then I'll go back to face on human interaction the week after that. I hope it continues to be 2 week on, because I really like the whole the opportunity to just be at home, work from home, and recharge. But then again, it's also a better work-life balance when you work in the office, because when I go to work, I never want to write another piece of code, because Lagos traffic has dealt with me, even though mine is short and I'm not on the roads 8 o'clock or any of those ridiculous times. I'm literally just there and I'm going to bed, and I just want to I've done my 9 to 5, I've completed my tasks, I've structured my time, I've been responsible. Let me focus on relaxing. But working from home, I started a task earlier, because the time I'd be spending in traffic, I'd I'd have already started the task. So maybe I'd start the task like 6 a.m. because I'll have left my house like if I was going to work by 6:30. So maybe I'd start the task by 6 a.m. and I'm sitting on this. But it makes me give irresponsible deadlines because like I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. So it's like I'm working like 68 because like I don't know. I don't have plans. Even but like I'm in the house, so like my commuting plans, my plans for dinner, my plans to go places, like they're still not there and whatever. And I think I'm going to they're still not there, but like I'm going to push myself this week to have like the results I want, to have the plans I want, to have like a proper conversation about like our future, our access, and all those things to make sure that we do well, we work effectively, we are able to communicate with each other, and things go smoothly and things are fine. I'm probably going to sit down with like him and see for him to see the dashboard and everything, so that I can understand like the issues and the context, and I'm by like my boss to see like my projects, and so that they can understand the issues, the context. And the another thing is that the thing that stresses me out of like projects in general is like so much work goes into it, but because like you are like learning on the job and all those things that crop up, you see some projects and like if I was the one doing this nowadays, I'd never, oh my god, I'd never do it like this anymore. So like yeah, I should have like a budget line, an actuals line, like one super facts table that is a merger of a ton of tables. But the thing is that that's the kind of table will break. Like that's the thing. If you're getting your information from one source, like see me rambling about work. But like I can see myself building a business out of this. I know I said I wanted to create a course. Like I've been learning it of course, and I realized my initial plan was, I won't call it too ambitious, it wasn't well thought out, because there's some things that I learned that I think are okay, are wonderful, and I want to show people things, I want people to experience things, I want to learn the way I want to teach the way I wanted to have learned. Like somebody should start with like how to connect, like how to prepare your data, what's the most comfortable way to prepare your data. We had to learn that the hard way because we're doing like how the most comfortable way to prepare your data, facts tables, dimensions tables, structure tables, then when and why to use a measure, and like cool stuff, and design, and making choices for characters, and having fun, and just being a vibe, generally just enjoying life and being a vibe. I don't know, it's like I'm using it in context of science, and I want to see myself as someone comfortable and this whatever. It's like it's so weird how I don't have a life, and I'm actually quite fine with it, like because there's one thing I want to learn. I want to increase my talking to myself. Like I have really really reduced my talking to myself, and that's like, I know like usually people hear, oh okay, like that's a separate thing, that's like not something you should want and whatever, but I find myself saying like because I like to talk, I like things that grab my attention, and I like to talk about those things, and I like to express my opinion about those things, and I end up droning on for hours to people who necessarily do not desire to listen to me, and that kind of stuff. Like people that are just, they're not here to be your friend, they work with you or something. And I've already I'm saying, I structured like this whole, I want to choose people, and I need to be more forward. But then again, it's also a one, because like we're at the age where we are no longer young. It's so weird. I constantly think of myself as like an 18-year-old, but like I just realized that a ton of us are we're old. We're 26. We are between the ages of 24 to 26. Okay, even I know some people who are still 23. Yeah, I know some 23-year-olds. Cool, like, and I won't say we've all lost touch with each other, but like we're no more texting as much as possible. We're no longer being like around each other. We're no longer making decisions. But I think deciding to be an adult, deciding to be around people, to choose those people, deciding not to lay down on your bed and read questionable fan fiction or manga, and things, I'm actually quite proud of myself. I'm very sure I mentioned it, like I don't have like any pseudo social relationship with like a content creator. I'm very even though I consume a lot of content, it is the content I'm consuming, not the cult of personality, which is something like I like about myself. So like I where is this going to? It's going to the whole idea of me wanting to hang out with somebody. But then again, there's this terrifying thing. Like, okay, when you get like very very tired when the person finally shows up and you're like, ah, fuck, let's this thing end so early, and so early. And I'm like, I don't know, but I think even though like I am feeling secure like right now, even I'm feeling secure and I want to make sure that the things I do are effective, they're manageable. I get data on time in place and it's useful for people and they're able to view jackpots, view things, let people see their work. I'm going to be more confident and speak to people and reach out to people, and I'm trying to be pushier. Like the thing is, it's like a culture that I wish I didn't have to like emulate. So like that's for section one. That is going to be pushier in a few minutes. So let me just stop this recording. I have to pick a call. I said I wasn't going to work. So like I was recording like 2:30 the last time. Okay, 3 o'clock. Then I was like, okay, let me just take this work call. Then we gisted for a bit. Like we gisted while working. Then like the call ended and I ended up working till now. I'm like, I thought it's almost like human being. I thought you said you were not going to work, but like you do something, you achieve something, a calculation works, a measure works, like a code works, like you query something, it makes sense. And I just like, well, let me do another one. Let's do another one. And voila, the time has gone. You're starving and you haven't done anything. I think it's kind of a good sign, but I need to apply this same thing to like me owning a business or me starting something. Like if I'm going to be a dead ass non-social person, I should at least like have the money to show for it. I have money. I literally haven't spent any money, but like I meant like I should have like the business and the travel to show for it if I'm a dead guy who doesn't talk to people, like that kind of vibe. But then you find yourself in a structural environment, you find yourself like wanting more. But I don't want to fall into routine, even though I know like routine is great and stuff, and like having promises, wanting to deliver, wanting to be there, and everything is just perfect. And you just want a format, you want things to go fine, you want a dimensions table, you want to have structure, and you want to use something as a reference table to find things, to pull in things, to decide what looks like what, and all that bullshit. And I think everything is going to be great. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fabulous. Everything is going to make sense. Everything is going to make sense. Everything is going to make sense. Making a lot of sense. Everything is gonna make sense. It'll be fine, I guess. Then when you create like things, and funny enough, I now found a solution that would have worked from the beginning. I don't know why I was stressing myself to like do like a bunch of things that didn't make sense, because the work, the horror, the stress, the measure only stuff that you don't even let your tables do that stuff. Maybe I should be like a measure only human being. See me talking about work and that stuff. But here we are with our loud audio and like a casual day and deciding, okay, this is what we're going to do. It's a catch up. Oh yes, and I'm finally going to settle down and open the Anchor account. I need to get like a multiple account vibes. Dio is finally going to sit down and do her web novel podcast, because I realized I do not have the patience to write the novel, because I'm always constantly making tabons, getting stressed about my editing. I have a presentation tomorrow. I should really write a script, but probably going to record that before I settle down to write my script. Like record something, have a like a structure and whatever. But like I want to I want to have like a casual time with somebody. Maybe I'll try again this Saturday. Like I feel like Friday is going to be a good day where I'll deliver, and I'm going to be bolder. I'm going to like disturb people, say my ideas, say my thoughts, like give structure, give order, let people know what's going on and all that bullshit. And everything is going to be fabulous. But like, oh my god, specify what the fuck this column does and all conditional formatting, color formatting, that kind of vibes. Those vibes. We're producing vibes. Producing energy. We're having fun, and we're doing so much for ourselves. And I feel like this is what I want. This is how I want. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. But like it's like working so much makes me forget that I am disturbingly nihilistic and I have a tendency to go to like the negative side of like nihilism. But the downside is like I sleep like shit because I spent so many hours looking at the screen. But like whatever, it's fine. I know it's like a catch-up podcast, like show that I'm still alive and totally not crazy and having things to say, and it's going back to my rambly self. But this isn't, I won't call this a new era, but like I'm going to go back to my habits. I know. I sound like a freaking drug addict at this point and all that bullshit. But like, I'm going to go back to like setting time aside, not gaining muscle back, because I'm still like, I don't know, skinnier than I was before. But it's like I've lost muscle mass because I've just not been eating and just like working. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Switch through for a table. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Switch through for a table. Bum bum bum. Or what have you. Sometimes you might create things and they're going to be fun. They're going to be great. They're going to have measures. I keep mentioning measures. That's stupid. I'm going to get more comfortable with coding, with having more ambition, with having more structure, with going to more place. And just being a generally fun person, and I'm just there like, yay, I'm going to be forward. I'm going to spend my ideas. I keep saying that I'll be less of a coward, but like I literally have the words coward written on my forehead. Says me, the brave and the very loud person, because like as I'm loud on like this mobile, I'm actually kind of loud on like presentation in life generally, and just like to call people, disturb people when I want something. I want it now, give me this stuff now, and that kind of drama. Like see me fake shouting as if I was actually shouting. Like me pretending to shout is not as loud as this current thing. But I know. We'll be going back to topic-based discussion. This is going to be like an actual podcast. Like, okay, this is how you decide to do. This is how you decide to work. How you're going to. I will use the word educate, like give an opinion about something, because I know I mentioned it before. In the grand scheme of things, nobody's opinion really matters, or any of those things. So like maybe it's stuff I'll actually go to the freezer and take out my food. Jesus. I've just been very like lazy and lazy in the non-work related aspect, which is so fucking weird. I went through so much stress for something that I could have just achieved in a very, very short period of time. It hurts, like my whole Saturday gone. But if I knew what I was doing, I would have just completed the entire table, and it would have been easy and perfect, and I would have been amazing, like, oh my god, and all that bullshit. But like here we are without anything. Okay, we can't do like as much of like the formatting and the lining and the whatever if you don't have a dimensions table. But I didn't end up getting a dimensions table, so that's weird. That's suspicious. That's weird. Oh, but if you use a switch through, you won't be able to get your lines. It's like if you have a dimensions table, that's when you'll be able to get your lines and your movements and your vibes, them vibes for blanks and movements and the energy, but like an appropriate name and stuff and thing and energy and vibe and energy and vibe and spirit and hope and movements generally. I don't even know what I'm saying. I sound so like I think I'm delirious from lack of sleep, because when I finally settle down to play, it's like 10 o'clock or whatever. But like I was be a dedicated human being, 7 to 7. Okay, not like that's the reason why I'm saying 7 to 7, not because I want to use work to kill me. It's because I spend like or 6 to 7, that kind of thing. I spend like those 2 hours I could have been in commutes. I just spend them working because I count like, oh, okay, like me on the road as like commuting as I'm already at work, and when I come back I'm not interested. So that is like the moment is 6:30 that I'll pack everything up unless like people urgently need you, and just relax and vibe. Don't worry, you'll meet your Friday deadline that you set because things are going fabulous and you know what the fuck you're doing. Things are going fabulous and you know what the fuck you are doing. Da-da-da-da, Things are going fabulous because you know what the fuck you are doing. You and no one else knows what the fuck you're doing. Oh yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Sebastian and I've been worried that I'm going to fuck up my ears. But like I want to buy bass headphones just for the purpose of headbanging and be like, still commander, still commander, up and down, carry me and me as the still commander. Remember, this is like a rambly podcast, but oh yeah. What the novel is going to be about? The novel is going to be about. I don't know. I need to go and listen to that my world building podcast again because I know it definitely has to be one of them. And I have another Anchor account and be like random stories. I don't know. It's like need to be dedicated to something. The same way I still want to be a concept artist because people are just too cool to not want to represent. But the thing is, you now draw something. Like I get discouraged when I'm not perfect. That's why I like analytics so much. I like analytics and like data science and coding. It's like I kind of like, as much as I'm hard on myself when it takes me a long time to understand a ridiculously easy solution. I think I'm kind of insulted when that happens. As much as it takes me a long ass time to get through like a ridiculously easy solution, I still as much as it takes me a long time and I'm very disappointed in myself and all that bullshit, I still like, you're not exactly frustrated with the results because it's numbers. That's the thing. You can't be frustrated with the fact that it's numbers. But like with art, you just be frustrated that it looks ugly because you objectively know what ugly looks like. You know what, like a vibe, an energy, feeling that you're trying to capture, and it's just isn't there, and all that, whatever. So it'll be fine. My name is Dio. I'm going to start an audio novel, says the girl who can barely keep together like a proper podcast. But I'm happy. I'm lacking of sleep, not because like stuff is difficult. I inflicted in myself because it was fun and it's like not monotonous at all. It was fun, but like I need to pace myself and focus on like hobbies, no matter how fun like working is, because like there are other aspects of working, like dealing with humans and like existing with people, because it's not going to be fun and dandelions all day and everything's will be perfect. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta. I don't know why I was not able to do this thing that I'm about to do now, because like how could I not know how to use this thing since, like if I know how to use this thing since, I have just been like a measure only table and everything will have been fabulous and we'll have had like groups and stuff and fun shit. But here we are without those things. Without those things. Da, 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 da. Without those things. And here we are without those things. I should create like a fun measure table, like a nice measure only design table, and have like tables. Use your measure. Have vibes, have energy, have like the whole world in your hands. Da-da-da. You've got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole wide world in your hands. I don't know why that came into my head, but it has been dire, and yeah, it's been a personal code of conduct. I don't think I have anything extra to say. That's if you can even hear me over this fucked up phone. This thing's too bright. Why is it so bright? When you want something to be bright, it won't be bright. when you want it like to be dark, it maybe I fucked up my eyes by watching like a bunch of stuff, but like so much for like the biness. So like it has been a personal code of conduct. I have a novel coming up. I'm going to be more topic related, says the girl who has still not been a proper. Well, bye and have a productive week ahead.